Lucian Grange and the Universal Music Group has just got pulled into the Diddy conversation. Let's get dangerous.
Everybody in the ring. He says that it is Diddy's son, Justin, that solicits the prostitutes and the underage girls and the sex workers, allegedly, for these freak-offs. He also lists Stevie J, who recruits the sex workers and attends and participates in the freak-offs, and another young man named Brendan Paul, who works as Mr. Combs' mule. He acquires and distributes all of the drugs and the guns. Again, we won't have time to go through everything in this document, but I encourage you guys to read it because it is stunning. And yes, Christina Karam apparently even instructs them to mix those drugs into the liquor when these women are invited over. So why is the media not interested in this story? Well, here is explosive allegation number 4 coming from this lawsuit. That the person who sits at the top of this ring potentially is Sir Lucian Grange. He is the CEO of Universal Music Group. He is also being sued. He has also been named as well as Universal Music Group. And he is, as a fact, one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. He runs, again, Universal Music Group, which is huge. Well, Rodney, the producer, is alleging that when Lucian would visit Diddy's house, the two of them would go into Diddy's bedroom and be locked up in there for hours. What does that mean? What are we supposed to think of that? By the way, I looked into Lucian, obviously, because I was fascinated by this document, and I find it really bizarre that he completely changed his name.
BBN! Jack Frost! What's up, party people? Alright, so... yeah. So apparently, Lucian Grange and the Universal Music Group has been pulled into the Diddy files. Okay. Now, I've heard a lot of stuff over the years about about a lot of these individuals, Harvey Weinstein, people of that ilk, the top of the top, the people who make or break a fool. I've heard a lot. One of the things that I've also heard, just so we could be clear, is that Diddy has a lot of influential people on tape, filmed them during these freak-offs, Diddy freak-offs. And a lot of them were filmed with people of different sexes and also minors. So we've been looking around for a real long time. Why has Diddy been able to move the way that he has, and there hasn't been any, fallout? There's no situation where people are saying, Diddy's being canceled. Why it took so long, basically, is what I'm saying. So, also I want to add, because his name came up, Juicy J allegedly is one of the people that used to scout and find these individuals to create these freak-offs. Now, also with that being said, what did they say R. Kelly was involved in? Doesn't this sound like a lot of R. Kelly-ish type stuff? He has people around him. They're supposed to scout out the quote-unquote talent and then bring them in. Remember the situation with the young lady that's now suing Diddy? That was, I believe she was from Chicago. And what had happened was she was a minor, 17 years old. And they threw her on a plane, flew her all the way to New York, took advantage of her. I don't even know how she got back home. I'm assuming they flew her back home on a private jet. So this is the type of activity Diddy has been involved in. Now, with that being said, now all of a sudden, Lucian Grange's name has come up because there's somebody suing and he's part of the lawsuit. I'm going to say that again. There's somebody suing Diddy and he is part of the lawsuit. So let's just back up for a second. One of the reasons why I believe that Diddy is going through all of this right now, besides the fact that he was just committing crimes and he needs to be held responsible, accountable, both of those things, is that previously when he had these tapes that he was using against people, he was saying, I'm going to release this tape and it's going to destroy your career. I think right now, as a society, partly because of the Me Too movement, maybe entirely, we're in an area where if somebody has a tape like that they're trying to hold against you, they should probably burn it. Because that tape coming out is probably going to hurt the individual that's trying to use it to extort you more than it's going to hurt the person that's getting extorted. We live in a different day and age now. We don't live in a day and age where if you see somebody doing something taboo, there's the same stigma attached. You know, we live in a day and age where we can understand that some of these people are being involved in some of these activities against their will. Now, with that being said, Diddy and them, and this has already been confirmed by people that's been around Diddy, what they would do is they would take the alcohol that was for the females and they would dose it. And they would tell the men, stay away from that, stay away from that. Because they already put the drugs in those things. Those chicks are going to be loopy any minute now, and we're going to be able to do whatever we want with them. So, taking all of that into consideration, we're now living in a time where if you have some kind of tapes that you plan on using to try to extort somebody, the best thing that you could do is burn those damn tapes and forget they existed, because it doesn't work the same anymore. Now, Lucian Grange, for everybody that don't know, I believe he's the president of Universal Music Group. Basically, he's the top dog, and y'all remember Tekashi's? You gotta remember Tekashi. He's out there doing stuff. He's currently in DR, like taking, I think, anger management classes or something. In any regard, do y'all remember 6ix9ine? So apparently, that was like one of the people that he was close to, and Lucian Grange is one of the reasons why, you know, 6ix9ine was still able to be able to do some of the things that he's doing. He was backing him. So now I'm going to tell you a story. Allegedly, Lucian Grange goes to Diddy's crib. He goes into Diddy's bedroom, and him and Diddy go into the bedroom for hours. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when it's my house, you know, I'm not sharing the house with another person. It's not like I live with my moms or I live with my pops or relatives or something. There's no reason for fools to be in my bedroom. We can all sit in the living room. Diddy having mansions that he live in. He probably has 2-3 living rooms, 2-3 offices, a couple of dens. So why would Lucian Grange, if this story is true, and Diddy be in his bedroom, and the way they said it was 4 hours? Obviously, the implication there is that they was doing some things together. We don't know. But Lucian Grange now is being pulled into one of the lawsuits revolving around this whole Diddy situation. And the question is this: nobody's talking about it. People are quiet. Nobody is speaking on this. They speaking on all the other Diddy stuff, but they aren't speaking on this. Just something to think about when you realize just how easy it is to puppeteer a fool. To have people looking one way when they should be looking the other. Now, I don't know about these accusations about Lucian Grange. All I can tell you is that they said he went into Diddy's bedroom. They was in there for hours. And that he's allegedly also a part. I'm not even going to say allegedly. I don't think Candace Owens got this wrong. He's a part of a lawsuit where he's also being sued in conjunction with Diddy. Now, with that being said, put it down in the comment section. I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this is... What do you think about this? Like, are you surprised? Do you think that there's going to be more execs? Do you think that this whole Diddy freak-off thing now is just a thing that they do? And if it is, does that mean that we have to get rid of a whole generation, maybe 2 generations of celebrities? Like, comment, subscribes, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I get on this one. I'm out.